Let me set this up for y'all. Y'all already know I'm nitty. Straight gritty, no pity. Straight out the D City. It was a shooting in the gas station where the clerk locked the customers. He locked the customers that didn't have nothing to do with him locking the doors on whoever he was locking the door on, right? On this young man anyway, on this gentleman, right? Well, I ain't gonna say no damn gentleman. He a fool. On this fool, and he starts shooting everybody up in a doggone spot, dog. So, you know, we're in a new day and a new time, and a lot of things done played out. So this big conversation right now, man. Was it cool for him to lock people up in the gas station with this ruthless killer, cold-hearted fool, crash dummy? And what should be done now? Let's get it, man. Nitty, D City, straight gritty, no pity.
McCray was locked.
They were frantically trying to get out and get to safety, but the clerk didn't unlock the door. New video shows the terrifying moments before 3 people were shot inside a Detroit gas station. Police say the argument between a customer and a gas station clerk led him to shoot 3 random customers. Thanks for being with us. I'm Kimberly Gill.
I'm Devin Skillian. The argument was allegedly over $4. And as it escalated, the clerk hit a button locking the doors, but that left 3 other customers with no way out. And shortly after, bullets were flying, leaving 1 person dead, 2 others wounded. Sean Lay, the big question here is whether the clerk bears any kind of responsibility.
Good evening, Devin. That clerk has not been arrested. The clerk has not been charged, but we can only show you just a little bit of this video from inside the gas station. It is just so difficult to watch. There was nowhere for 3 customers to go. They were trapped when that clerk locked the door, locking them in with the gun. We asked a legal expert about the clerk's actions.
Apart from the legal component, I'm just going to tell you, it's also just so inhumane. I mean, apart from just the legal aspect, it's just inhumane.
Local 4 legal analyst Neil Rockline reacting to the deadly shooting that took place inside this West Side gas station May 6th. Prosecutors say the clerk, behind protective glass, argued with the man over $4 worth of items. The clerk has the ability to lock the store's door, and he did. Police say the man arguing with the clerk is Anthony McCray. McCray was locked inside the store with 3 innocent customers. Prosecutors say McCray makes it clear that if the clerk does not unlock the door, he will shoot the 3 innocent customers. We can only show you a moment of the chilling security camera video of the customers begging that clerk to let them out. The door remains locked. The 3 customers are shot. One, 37-year-old Gregory Kelly, is killed. McCray is charged with murder and attempted murder. Could the clerk be arrested and charged?
Lock those people in as they're begging to get out, lock them in with something that he knew or should have known was life-threatening. And as it turns out, it was. That clerk's got real liability, potentially in criminal court, but also in civil court. They're banging on the door to let them out. Yeah, it's unconscionable.
All right, back here live again. The video is so disturbing, but all 3 men, the innocent customers, are at the glass at the register asking the clerk to let them out. The gunman is right there. Eventually, the gunman opens fire at point-blank range. Really difficult stuff here. But again, the clerk is not charged, has not been arrested. We asked police specifically about the clerk. They said everything remains under investigation. Devin, I asked the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. They're expecting a warrant focused on the clerk. They haven't gotten back to us. I'll let you know when they do. Back to you.
Well, there is so much to this, Sean. And you talked with one of the customers who was shot. In fact, shot 3 times, but survived it.
Shot 3 times. Right next to him, his best friend gunned down. It's absolutely brutal. Of course, he blamed the gunman, but tonight he also blames that clerk.
All right, Sean.
Hey, guys. My rich stepmom is losing 13 pounds per week using this new...
And prosecutors say...
Camille, just terrifying moments to talk about here. Yeah, an absolutely horrific situation for these customers. I mean, imagine you're going in to maybe buy a pack of cigarettes or a pack of gum or whatever, and suddenly you find yourself locked inside and you can't get out, and the gas station attendant is not letting you out until it's too late. Take a listen.
I think he should be charged. I really do.
A gas station clerk is now being charged in connection with a triple shooting at a Detroit gas station on May 6th. Wayne County prosecutor Kim Worthy says Al Hassan Aish played a role in the shooting death of an innocent customer because he pushed an automatic security button locking the doors. It happened at this mobile on McNichols near the lodge. Customers trapped inside with a gunman upset about his $4 purchase being declined. Police say Samuel McCrae shot all three of them. Gregory Kelly died at the scene. The other two men survived.
Minding your own business, you come into a business and you get shot. I mean, what kind of system that made?
Meanwhile, the store clerk, just 22 years old, was not in harm's way.
He was behind the bulletproof. He should have never locked the door.
Aish is being charged with involuntary manslaughter. Investigators say he eventually pushed the security button to unlock the doors, but failed to tell the customers. They say that was just seconds before McCrae started shooting. So I can tell you right now that the gas station remains closed. Police closed it down the day of the shooting. Actually happened in the middle of the night, so later that day. They closed it down because it was an unauthorized business, not licensed, nothing to do with the shooting, but it still remains closed to this day. And again, this suspect expected to be formally charged, and we'll get a first look at him tomorrow morning. Reporting live, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
Yeah, sadly, in Detroit and many other big cities, gas station parking lots of the stations outdoors are considered the danger zones. Here, you don't imagine that someone would be trapped inside with a gunman, making that the worst place to be.
Yeah, and it really makes you think too that, you know, this was an argument between the store clerk and the guy who wanted the stuff, even though he couldn't pay for it. He was declined. So he tried to leave with that stuff. And then, of course, he hits that button like you can't get out. But then things escalate. And then you see that these people are trapped inside and they can't get out. And then he hits the button, but he doesn't tell them. I mean, it's a horrible scenario. It's just something that none of us imagined that we would ever be a part of. Our heart goes out to everybody involved in this.
Unimaginable terror inside, and such a sad loss at the same time. Camille Amiri for us live. Thank you. Let's get right to Fox News' Dave Kinchin. He's working this story for us tonight with more on this proposal. Dave.
Yeah, there's no question this terrible, shocking, atrocious crime has shaken the entire city, the region, and certainly city officials. They have been alarmed by this as well. So community leaders and city officials, they're about to take some action.
Absolutely devastating, right? That this father of three beautiful children, two beautiful girls, one very strong, handsome young boy, was taken away from them foolishly, recklessly, irresponsibly, for absolutely no reason.
Detroit minister and activist Teferi Brent spent the day saying a final goodbye to 37-year-old Gregory Carlos Kelly, who was shot and killed after being locked inside this gas station on the city's west side following a Cinco de Mayo night out with some friends.
We are committed to ensuring that we as community servants and leaders do everything we can to ensure this never, ever happens again.
One way he's doing that is by pushing Detroit City Council members to introduce and pass legislation that will close the inside of gas stations to the public from 11 p.m. through the overnight hours.
There's no reason for a business to be open. Too much crime, too many things are happening at that time, and they don't have armed guards. Either you make them shut down or you make them hire armed guards to ensure that our citizens are safe.
22-year-old store clerk Al Hassan Aish has been charged with involuntary manslaughter in connection to the shooting. Investigators say he locked the victims inside the store before the shots were allegedly fired by 27-year-old Samuel Anthony McCrae. The whole incident taking place after an argument over just a few dollars.
Please, man, don't shoot us. We don't got nothing to do with this, man. And my friend said something like, man, he ain't gonna shoot us, let us up out of here. And he started shooting.
Fox 2 talked with David Langston, who survived after taking gunshots to the back.
sure that our citizens are safe. 22-year-old store clerk Al-Hassan Ayash has been charged with involuntary manslaughter in connection to the shooting. Investigators say he locked the victims inside the store before the shots were allegedly fired by 27-year-old Samuel Anthony McCrae. The whole incident taking place after an argument over just a few dollars.
Jeez, man, don't shoot us. We don't got nothing to do with this, man. And my friend said something like, man, he ain't gonna shoot us. Let us up out of here. And he started shooting.
Fox 2 talked with David Langston, who survived after taking gunshots to the back and arm. He was covering his face the whole time. He was in the gas station with his close friend Gregory Kelly, who was murdered that night.
Man, we did not deserve that, man. I asked you nicely, man. Please don't shoot us, bro. And you still did it, man. That's hurt.
You know what? You cannot be locking the doors on people. That's kidnapping. That's false imprisonment.
City Council member at large Mary Waters says she is 100% for that legislation banning workers from locking customers inside businesses ahead of imminent danger.
People were begging, please open the door. He did not do that.
Well, we do know the arraignment for the clerk is set for 10 a.m. tomorrow. Also, we're told from city officials that this legislation will likely take about 3 weeks before it gets into some form that could be voted on. We'll keep following it all. We're live at Detroit Police Headquarters. Dave Kinchin on the Edge.
Well, talking about this ordinance, Dave, I mean, sadly, we've heard about these sort of shootings happening inside gas stations in broad daylight. So it'll be interesting to see if having an ordinance like this would make a difference.
Yeah, it's a big question. You know, there's people out there who have even said online that they thought Project Greenlight would actually be a solution to some of this as well, some of the overnight violence and issues at gas stations. So clearly, it's something that police are trying to work on, and it's something that policymakers are trying to put together. So we'll see if this does indeed make a difference. It'll all be in how the language is drafted as well.
My thoughts on that, I know everybody got their own, but y'all know that was terrifying, as well as just downright unhumanitarian, no heart, you know, just man, that was the lowest of the low. But when you take, we talking about these rundown hoods where there's not neighborhoods anymore. They're not neighborhoods. They're just rundown areas of bunch of lots and empty cribs that we call bandos. Only thing watching you, only thing that got your eyes out here would be businesses. Yeah, so it's a two-sided way of looking at things. Well, you can look at it anyway, but like I said, the businesses, now they got less eyes on the street. Now that gas station closed, right? So what you think going on now? Less crime or more crime? Because now you got less lights out on the streets. Now you got an area with not any businesses open for 24 hours. 24 hours, that'd be like your only business open for 24 hours. That's an eye on the street. You know, even if they ain't telling nothing, that's still an eye on the street. Now, I agree with the Project Greenlight or whatever, but that's something that a business would want to have. For whatever reason they don't, what I'm saying? That's their own business, man. Because I told you, man, everything out here ain't legal. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're talking about the people that's calling themselves that's controlling the law and enforcing the law. Everything ain't legal. So everybody don't want everything to be seen. But that's the way I look at it, man. It's two ways of looking at it. So yeah, but I'm out of here, man. I got my baby in my arms. Everybody have a blessed day. I just thought I'd jump on here and do that right quick. Y'all already know Nitty, D-City, straight gritty, no pity. You already know we get it. Woody whoop whoop. Everybody have a blessed day in the best way. We out. Deuces.